Hello, good day, guys. How are you doing today? Welcome to the show once again, FarmerHubTV, a show where we talk about everything agriculture, where we bring in guests to share their experiences and their success stories and what they've gone through to start up their farm and to make it what it is. We have different guests that we bring on the show in every aspect of agriculture, consultants, farmers, and anything that has to do with agriculture. We've been able to bring that to your view. And thank you always for joining us and for being part of the show and for remaining faithful with us despite some of our technical issues, because we're doing from like a continent to continent kind of interview. You guys are always there with us, and you've always been part of the family, and I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. And if you know someone that is thinking of getting into farming, please share our videos with them. Let them get the encouragement they need, and let them um consult with any of our guests. Our guests are always top notch. They know what they're doing. They've researched, and they've gone through a lot in whatever field they are into. Just like today that we're back on here again. We have a wonderful guest on the show who is you know he's a trainer, he's a consultant, he's an agripreneur as well, and he's in the name of Mr. Saeed Oshin. He's innovative, he's smart, and he's a trainer, like I said. He's a co-founder of Greenbles, and he's also an alumni of Tony Elemelu Foundation. Also, he has a thing to do with CCHUB, next economy and global startup ecosystem. So he's going to be sharing with us today some vital information on our topic, how to start up a successful integrated farming. So he's going to be talking to us about what an integrated farming is, what it entails, how do you start it, and how do you make success story of your farm. The whole idea about the show has always been to encourage people to start up something, no matter how small it is. And this is what our guest, Mr. Saeed Oshin, is going to be doing with us today. So I'm going to bring him on now, and as we do, he's going to share a little information about himself with us. So thank you so much again for joining us on the show. Thank you for being part of it always. If you still like what we're doing, always give us a thumbs up. And if there's anything you want us to do that we're not doing good enough, that we can get better at, please share with us. If you have someone that you want us to interview or to talk to, please introduce us or link us with that person. We'll try our best to bring the person on online, so that we can all hear the success story from there. Even if it's your mom, your friend, your whoever it is, just share that person with us, so that we can all get to learn together, and we can be better farmers and better agripreneurs, as the case may be, because we all don't have to be farmers. There's so many things we can do in agriculture. So thank you once again, and I'm going to bring our guest online now. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Saeed Oshin. I'm very grateful to have you on the show.
Yes, it's a great honor bringing me on board to discuss what I love and what I have passion for, and what we know that is very essential: food security. And
Yeah,
like
thank
your quote in this platform, no farmer, no food, no farmer, no nation. As we used to,
that's
the
just
slogan
it.
of farmer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
true. So I thank you so much once again. I'm always grateful to all my guests, because they take the time out of their busy schedule to come and join us and talk to other farmers as well. They share their experiences, their failures, their success stories with everybody, so that they too can know, you know it's not easy, but you can always do it. So I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for, you know, you being here, for every other guest that's been on the show, and for those that are still going to be on the show. So I'm always, so sometimes you hear me say thank you a lot. It's because I'm just grateful,
Yes.
because, you know, I know it's not
Exactly.
easy, you understand, to, you know, and as we say back home, you know, èèyàn tó bá dúpẹ́ á lè rí mi gbà. So I keep saying thank you, so that I know anytime I
Okay.
call back again, you would always show up. All right. So
Yes.
uh so can you
Yes.
please give us an idea of who Mr. Saeed Oshi is, what he does, what's
Yes.
he into?
Yes. Let me give you just a brief background before we dive into the topic of today.
Yeah.
So, my name is Comrade Oshin Saeed, founder of Greenbles, the co-founder of Greenbles Agritech Limited, and it was an idea. It started as an idea. You know, I studied. My background is economics and ICT, as in information technology.
Technology,
So
yeah.
when I was studying economics, there's always this talk about how Nigeria was, you know, the great power in terms of agriculture, how agriculture, you know, contributed to our GDP. So that those things, will I say, inspired me, especially how one of the emperor or one of the regional leader, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, how he used revenue from the proceeds of agriculture, you know, to
Yeah.
revolutionize the Southwest, you understand?
Yeah.
So, and other, you know, remarkable entrepreneurs or industrialists back then. So it kept me wondering as an economist then that, okay, so I dived into ICT, but I never even knew that I was going to even become a farmer, because as a child, you know, in the 90s, as a child, farming was very interesting. You have a backyard, you know, backyard farm in the house. When you go to school, you also have a farm. Say, you
Yeah.
know, you have this small portion of farm that so farming was just like will I say, hobby, you know, because,
Yeah.
you know, everywhere, you know, is farming. So, but now going into the aspect of making farming as a business is what now started getting me interesting. That, okay, now I'm doing ICT. We do web development. We also develop app and every other thing. How is technology going to drive agriculture? Because we know that we are in the technology age. You understand?
Yes.
So, you know, we have different kind of solution that can drive agriculture,
Agriculture, yeah.
because agriculture, you know, it's a wide is like oil and gas. You know how oil and gas is. We have the upstream, downstream,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, the middle stream. That is exactly how agriculture is. Agriculture is not just farming and carrying hoe and cutlass, you know,
Yeah.
as people used to think.
It's so
But
broad
agriculture
that, you
has,
know, there's so many things you
yes,
can get into.
there's
Yeah.
so many things you can take away from agriculture. Even the farming aspect, there's so many aspects of it I'm going to be discussing and be sharing. So many business opportunities in terms of integrated farming. You know, farming is not just tilling the ground. You know, farming can also be supporting the farmers with farm inputs. You
Yeah.
understand? Farming can also be extension services. You know, farming can also be providing services like insurance. You know, a lot of things that, you know, is attached to agriculture. You understand? So that got me thinking, and you know, as the passion started building, I now started, you know, the global economy, the rise in poverty. You know, Nigeria today is the poverty capital of the world. And before then, it wasn't but the population was rising. There was poverty even back then, you know, 20 years ago, but it's still
Yeah.
rising. So you keep on wondering what is happening. People are hungry, but we still have food surplus, So a lot of you start asking yourself, what is happening? Where did we go wrong, and how do we connect these dots? There's food waste, there's food loss, and there's hunger. So you'll be asking yourself, what's happening? If there's food waste, why are those people that are hungry not getting the food at the right time? You understand? So that's why integrated farming, it's more of, let me start with the step. When you want to dive into agriculture or farming, let us put it as farming, not even agriculture. Now, farming as a business, you need to have a history of where you want to plant your seed. That is the number one. That is the number one priority. With this crop you want to farm, you want to harvest after the cycle. You understand? Where do you want to put this seed? Is it in the north? Is it in the west? Is it in the east? So it now depends on the crop, because not all crops can be harvested, everywhere. You understand? So every region have their own climatic soil specification. You understand? For example, now we know Nigeria has one of the best ginger, and ginger is being cultivated in the up north, specifically Kaduna. You understand? This is just one crop. So we know that, okay, we get cashew nuts from some side areas in southwest, but people will say they like Ogbomoso cashew because of the climatic condition of that region. But do you know that the Kogi is the highest producing cashew nut what they call it, region, Kogi, Nasarawa. So you'll be like, okay, these people produce a lot of nuts, but they are not the best. They don't have the best quality because of their climatic region. You understand? So you go to cocoa, you take cocoa, for example. We know that on those states, we have cocoa also in the south, in Cross River, in Akwa Ibom, Ondo State, part of Oshin State, part of Oyo State. But you don't see cocoa in the north. You talk about soya beans, you understand? So you have to look at what is the crop. Do you have a market for the crop? Do you have any value chain that you want to add to this crop? You understand? Am I just farming for, to sell as raw material, or I am farming or integrating the farmers into my supply chain? For example, if I'm producing spice, like ginger spice, do I need to go into farming of ginger to be able to produce my spice? I don't need to. All I need to do is I have to do my research, feasibility study, and research survey to know where I'm going to put my processing plant and integrate the farmers that are farming this crop into my supply chain.
The supply chain, yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So if I'm doing chocolate, for example, do I need to farm cocoa to be able to produce chocolate? No. If I'm doing granules, packaging granules for export, do I need to farm granules? Well, you need to know the rudiments of farming, but that doesn't mean that you should farm or you go into the basic, the primary level of farming. All you need to know is that, okay, you need to know how to set up which region is farming this particular crop, and how do I get this crop at the farm gate so that I have my cost of raw material at an affordable rate. You understand? So now you look at, I talked about the climatic and the soil as one of the specific rudiments in terms of integrated farming. Now, once you identify the crop you want to farm, and you know the place you want to, plant this crop, then the next thing is that you need to do what I call farm mapping. Farm mapping means that you need to specify the area It's like you want to do a business and you don't have a business plan. You just start the
Yeah.
business just like that. So someone that is doing a business without a business plan and someone that is doing a business with a business plan, there's a possibility they will both fail. They might both fail at going forward, but
Yeah.
the person with a business plan will be more guided than
More
somebody
guided.
that is
Yeah.
just doing a business without a business plan. That is how
Mm,
farming is. So once you are doing farming, integrated farming, you need to have
mm,
a plan. How many hectares? What is the standard, regional hectares harvest, yield per hectare or per acre of what you
yeah.
are planting? You
Mm-hmm.
understand? If you are doing cash crop, you know that cash crop is long term. If you are
Yeah.
doing food crop, you know that food crop is short term. You are doing vegetable or spice, you know that these are short term crops. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Then you need to understand is that business plan is what is going to guide you to know the type of seed that will give you the type of harvest. It will
Harvest. Yeah.
also it will also guide you to know the pests,
Mm,
pesticide or fungicide you need to use and when you need to use it.
mm-hmm.
You understand? You don't just take a crop and just put it on the floor. When something starts happening to you, now start looking for solution. But that business
Mm-hmm.
plan has already given you a guide that okay, per hectare, if I'm doing maize per hectare, I need so amount of fertilizer. I need so
Mm,
amount of seed. I need so amount of pesticide. I need so
yes.
amount of fungicide like that. So
Mm,
it will guide you on the quantity of what you need to start up that farm. It is very, very
mm,
important. And it will even if you don't have the whole capital to procure some of these inputs, these farm inputs, say to say,
yeah.
you understand, but you need to have it as a plan. So this is one
Mm,
of the things we advise and we consult for people that want to go into farming. You need to have that template that this is what I want to farm, and they've done a soil test, or you know that the climatic condition of that region is okay. You
mm,
also, another important thing, due to the peculiarity of what's happening in Nigeria, you also need to understand the historic of will I say the security history of that region.
of that region. Yeah.
Yes, the security history means that how often do you have attacks like headsman issue
Mm,
or theft issue or criminal issues that will affect your investment, that will affect
yeah.
your crops during or before harvest? You understand?
Especially
We
in
need to know.
Nigeria of today, that's
Yes,
very important.
it is very, very important. You need to know the history, security history of that region, because many people you might be carried away by some certain things and you don't find out. Then 3 months into your harvest, just 3 months into your harvest, something happens and you say fire, or something happened and all your investment is gone. A lot of stories like that. You
Yeah.
understand? So these are some of the peculiarities that you need. So once you identify all this, then you will now use your business plan to set what we call the risk analysis plan, your mitigation plan. For example, if you are planting in an area where you know that okay, it's prone to herdsmen crisis and you know unforeseen theft crisis, you need to have a plan. What is the plan? If that is the only option you have to plant there, then it means that you need to notify maybe the police, the community head,
Mm,
you make them understand what you're about to do in that area. If you don't have a budget in securing your perimeter, as in
mm,
fencing or security, whatever, if it's open field farming you are doing. So these are some of the things you need to put in place. And
mm,
once you start taking all this into consideration, you will see that the cost of production is going to be up. And this is one of the challenges that many smallholder farmers are facing, and why we have a food crisis in Nigeria. This is one of the key reasons. It is not because if you are farming in a peaceful environment, it won't cost you so much to be able to get your harvest after planting. But because of what we are having, in the situation in the country today, so it means that you have to incur, for example, if the region is peculiar with fire or attack, it means you need to put insurance. Insurance comes with a cost.
Yes.
Inviting or notifying the police it comes with a cost. All these things comes with a cost. You understand? So it is very, very important that when you are doing an integrated farming, what do we mean by integrated? That's one thing we should even ask. Integrated means that you are bringing all the value chain into what you are doing. It is integrated. It is not standalone. You are not just farming and you are saying, okay, I'm farming and I'll now sell to the market like how the small farmer. Yeah. You get me? So integrated means that you want to do everything. You are not perfect, but you want to do everything right from the word go. From the word go to the end. So we are still talking about setting up the farm, you put in place all the insurance or whatever mitigation you want to do before the harvest. During the harvest, the pre-harvest, you have what they call farm management. Farm management means that you need farm hands, supervision, as extension. We call it the extension services, the farm extension services. You understand? During the farm, who are the people that supervise? Who clears the farm? Who weeds the farm after the crop the seed has been planted? Who sprays the farm? Who monitors the growth of this plant before it is being harvested? It is very, very important that you bring someone that understands the rudiments, an expert. You don't bring a lay person. When I mean lay person that is a novice that don't understand, there's a lot when I say locals that understand, but you need to also groom them. Somebody that is trained in the field of agronomy, somebody that is trained in the field of smart farm, somebody that is trained in the field of managing crops, not livestock, because managing livestock is different from managing crops. You understand? So you need to recruit a professional that has experience in that field. Because when you bring somebody that has experience, the person will add value to what you are trying to do, even if you have some knowledge. Yes. So farm management is also key.
All right, thank you. You can see that I've just been quiet because you've taken over the show. So which I'm very grateful. I'm always happy talking to someone like you because I don't have to ask too many questions. Most of the questions I wanted to ask, you've answered them in a stretch. You understand? So it's always a great thing talking to someone like you because you know what you're doing. You've been doing it for a while, so it's like in you, it's inbuilt already. So I think that I have so many questions I wanted to ask you, but as you're just going, you keep picking it up, and I was like, okay, I was like, there it goes again. Now I don't have to ask. You understand? So I'm very grateful for that. So guys, we've been talking to Mr. Saeed Oshi, or is it Oshin Saeed?
Yeah, Oshin is my surname, Saeed is my name, so you can call me Oshin Saeed. Yeah.
Okay, so and he is the co-founder of
co-founder and CEO, the operations office,
of Greenbles. So
Yeah.
Greenbles, and I have been able to get some information while you were talking of your website, your Facebook details, and in
Yeah.
case anybody wants to contact you, because
Okay.
I'm always very glad to give informations like that, because you know what you're doing. You're someone needs to get in touch with if they want to start something. You get,
Yeah.
so that's why I try to share that information as much as I can.
Yes, I can
So,
see that.
and
Thank you very much. That's
yeah,
good.
so I
That's
have
good.
all that, the website and everything. I'm going to have the contact number I see there as well now. So
Okay.
I'll add that on there as well, so that in case you guys want to get in touch with him, that's the easiest way to get in touch with him. Or just like I did,
Yeah.
type in Greenbles on your Google search, it comes up with with all the information
Yeah.
you need. So
Yes,
that's what I've
exactly.
just done
We've
right
been
now.
in business for the past for 6 years now. We in
Oh,
fact we
they,
were, yes, thanks to the Tony Elemelu that believed in great African
mm,
entrepreneurs across Africa. So it started with an idea, and idea with passion. If you have an
mm,
idea, one of the things before you continue, sorry that I'm trying to
yeah,
cut you, is that
no problem.
I want people, entrepreneurs that are listening, to know that your idea, you are
Mm.
not the only one that has idea.
Oh yeah.
You know, Tony Elumelu will say idea comes from everyone, from anywhere. By
Mm,
it comes from is what you are thinking. Someone else is thinking, maybe in
yeah,
Zambia, maybe in
yeah,
Cameroon, maybe in
yeah,
South Africa. You know, you understand? So you can. It is the first to start and the
yeah.
bravest to continue.
To
That
continue, yeah.
gets to,
That
yeah.
sets
So
people
it's
apart, yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So just
yeah.
keep it
So
up. Yeah.
yes, so thank you so much. So guys, like I said, you can contact Greenballs on that details, or better still, contact Mr. Saeed Oshi on the information you have scrolling at the bottom of the screen. In case you need any information about consultation for your farming and whatnot in agriculture, is there to help you out as well. So while you were talking, I was scrolling through your Facebook pages and everything. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about Greenbles, what you do,
O-
how
Okay.
it all started, where you are right now.
Okay. Yes. Greenbush, just like I said, started like an idea. And what was the idea? The idea was that, then, as at 5, 6 years ago, Jumia, was the reigning thing. E-commerce.
Mm,
So we thought of it that, okay, why don't we have an e-commerce platform for agriculture? Because we talk about moving things from one
yeah.
place. Maybe having an e-commerce platform, we'll be able to connect farmers. We'll be able to disrupt the supply chain. So
Mm,
as at then, we wanted to host an e-commerce for Agric. So it was just an idea, and
mm,
what happened was that when we wanted to launch, we had to go to the field. You
mm,
know, who are our customers? How do we move these goods? So we
yeah.
had to go to the field, to the farmers, to see how we could connect them. And we now noticed that there's a huge gap, that we had more huge challenge. You know, our field
Mm,
interaction with the farmers made us understand that e-commerce was not even it was not the
mm,
right time
mm,
to even have an e-commerce for food.
mm,
Because they had more huge problem,
mm,
than for you to bring e-commerce. I will give an instance. I went to Adamawa State back then at 2016 to host our masterclass, because we normally host masterclass, to train
mm,
agripreneurs about smart farming and agronomy and new opportunities in the value chain. So we use that opportunity to integrate them into our supply chain.
yeah.
So when I got there, I met these young my agro what they call it, farmers, and some of them was into tractor leasing. So he was giving me a story that, do I know that in the whole of Adamawa they used to go and lease tractor from Taraba. And if you look at the distance between Taraba and Adamawa, is more like from here to Oshin State,
Yeah.
Lagos to Oshin. So I was like, so how many hours and how long is the tractor going to use in that place before it even, go to another location? So he was saying that sometimes the farmers will even give you some of the harvest. They bargain that, okay, if you are going to have 10 bags, they will give you just to pay, because they didn't even have the capacity to
The
pay.
capacity
So
to
I was
pay.
like, you mean that most of the farm produce that come down to the south are not, mechanized? So I was like, and we wanted to set up an e-commerce. I said, come, it seems this is not the priority. The priority is to see how we need to support these farmers to be mechanized first. We need to, solve that problem. And we need to solve the problem of storage and wastage.
And
You
wastage.
understand? Yes, because if we don't solve all these problems, then we will continue to, have the same challenge, and it will continue to
Now that's one
encompass.
thing I always seem to don't get about us Nigerians. We always seem to want to jump forward. We don't want to do the process. You understand? We need to first take care of, like you said, um, putting technology into the farmers' hands to help them with what they are doing first. You understand? Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
global world. You can do business anywhere.
Yes.
But Nigeria and global, we're still backwards. We still do things the same old way. You understand? So
Yes.
there's still a lot, that we need
A lot.
to, we need to
A
get
lot. And all
ourselves,
these challenges are opportunities. There
yeah.
are opportunities in disguise. If you understand, for example, okay, what we do as a business, when we saw that idea was a failure, if we develop, so we now said, okay, what do we do to earn money? How do we support these farmers? So we started itemizing the crops by region. So we identified soya beans. I call soya beans my first love and cashew my second love, because soya beans, as at then, what happened was that we got a contract to supply, to do exports to Poland, I think, one of the eastern country in Europe, to supply edible soya oil. So, and that's soya oil. Nigeria is the largest soya beans producer in Africa. You can Google it. You understand? Nigeria is the largest soya beans producer. And this contract was a huge contract. So I said, okay, let us explore. I think we used to have soya oil because I've seen it in the market before. So I went to Mushi market. I started doing my survey to find out where they produce soya oil. At the end of the day, I got the company. The company is Rome Oil in Ibadan, around Dubai, not Dubai, but in Ibadan. So I got connected to the sales manager and we interacted, and I said, okay, so we want to export soya oil. They said, wow, you want to export? Are you sure you can meet the target price? I said, if you give us a good price, export now is huge. We're ready to do business, because as at then, the government was like, yes, no oil, export, blah, blah, the story of all this, the hype on the media and everything. Okay, let us see, maybe this thing will work. Okay, now we interacted with the sales manager. He said, okay, he gave us samples, he gave us the price codes. And do you know that one of the specifications of the export was that we had to ship this oil in ISO tank. So now we've gotten the oil, right? Now, and I say ISO tank. What is ISO tank? And I started doing research. What is the meaning of ISO tank? I started finding out, I know that tank, it has to be a big tank, So I googled it, I checked. I noticed that we don't have ISO tank. It is exporters, shipping companies that, that you would lease ISO tank from. So I contacted some oil companies because, oil companies, they ship in oil. So I said, okay, maybe they will have idea of what we were looking for. So they gave us a quote. These quotes were in millions. They said, if we can't lease it, and if we are going to lease it, they will bring it from South Africa down here. So which means that we don't export soya oil. In fact, the company was telling me that the Nigerian market, they've not even certified the Nigerian market. So you that you want to now export, I don't know how you want to do it. You understand? So I was like, so there's a huge opportunity, and we are the largest producer of soya oil. So I was like, if we are the largest producer of this commodity, and you will produce this, then what's the problem? He now told me that, you know, that sometimes they even import soya beans from Europe. I said, why would you? Nigeria is the largest producer of soya beans. So why would you now bring in what we produce en masse? That was when I knew that there are some specifications that will make them to produce more oil. That because our own
sorry guys, we seem to have lost him there. He's back.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. So, you know, so he now told me that that's why they import. But because the government policy was that at that time they banned the importation, that we should consume what we have. So government have their own role to play in terms of policy that can drive, you know, the industry. And also we as entrepreneurs need to tap in, no matter how the policy might be, you know, imbalanced, might be testing the water, we need to try them. We need to try them. If we don't try them, then I don't think we won't be able to understand the opportunities, you know, that are there.
Yeah.
So that, yes.
Thank you so much. It's such a.
So we are into commodities. We are into commodity. We set up farm. We supply some of the top processing companies like Apple and Pears, Room Oil, you know, Eagle flour. So we supply them. We integrate farmers with our network. We have network of farmers. You understand? We also support SME made in Nigerian products. So we have list of made in Nigerian products, you know, that are coming up. A lot of beautiful products, you know, made in Nigeria. So we try to connect those made in Nigerian products with farmers if they can, you know, if they have large order and they want to get their raw material from directly from farmers. So we connect them with farmers. You understand? We in one of our services is the new service that is an extension service. We call it the GPS farm mapping. Because of climate change. So we map farm. If you want to set up farm, we map your farm, just like you have CCTV monitoring your house and you know your investment. So it's that GPS will be monitoring your farm, like, you know, giving you a weekly report on what to do, you know, and it helps save costs. It helps save costs because if you map your farm with the GPS, you have a satellite coverage and it tells you, okay, the climate won't be good, and so you have to have water, you know, there's a pest control, a pest attack in this area of the farm. If your farm is very large, so you need to spray it on time, then maybe the soil is in this region is lacking nutrient, you need to apply fertilizer, or all those things.
So the GPS is able to detect things like that.
Yes. Okay. Do you know? Let me. Because people have been asking that question. Is it possible? Do you know that the technology is able to detect minerals underground? So if technology can detect minerals in some regions, how do they know that, okay, we have iron ore in this region, there is a mass? How do you know that you have gas in this, you know? So that is exact technology that they are using. They are using it in advanced countries, you know, to solve this climate problem, you know, because, you know, the climate is here to stay, you know, for a while, and there's nothing we can do. We just need to adopt some kind of a solution, you know, to prevent us from losing out our harvest.
So definitely that's another topic we're going to have to talk about. because I am also, you know, a very technical person. I'm into IT as well back here, and
Okay.
I always love to hear about, anytime I hear about anything that has to do, my eyes is always popping out. So we're definitely going to talk about that on our next show.
Yeah.
So I'm booking you down right now for another comeback. We're going to be talking about
Okay.
GPS mapping and how, you know, it affects and
Yeah.
how you can, it helps the farmer and
That is
everything.
that you know that is, see, farming is so interesting. It's interesting
Hmm.
abroad.
Oh, it
We have
is.
we have driveless tractors. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
some years back, some companies in China contacted me because they saw my profile. They wanted me to
Mm,
market their driveless tractors in Nigeria. You know,
mm,
Nigeria is always a big market for a lot of things. So they said, okay, Nigeria is good in agriculture. How can we bring in? I said, yeah. So it's a good thing, but the only people that can adopt this technology will be either the government or a big commercial farmer. A
mm.
peasant farmer cannot afford ordinary
Cannot afford it. Yeah.
a tractor, not to talk of a driveless tractor. You
Yeah, and
understand?
do you know the
So
funniest thing I've noticed is that I'm always talking to farmers back from India, because India seems to be very, you know, good when it comes to farm agriculture as well, and they are like technical, way better than
yes,
us. In fact, even I
yes,
won't, sometimes they do some stuff that I don't see back here in the West, and you wonder how did
yes,
they do that, but they don't do it here, you know, especially when it comes to farming. It's like you know, it's a natural way, you know, there's a lot of poverty there as well, but they've been
yes.
able to use
You know,
agriculture as one of their foremost drive to out of poverty. You understand? And I talk to a lot
yes,
of them, but one thing I seem to always get from them is that their government have been so good that as long as you are into agriculture, this technology are not crazily expensive for them.
yes,
You
yes,
understand? It's not
yes.
like hot where, you know, you have to import from. By the time they give you the price, you'll be like, oh, that's even more than my farm itself. How
And
can I afford that?
in Nigeria, I don't understand. I don't understand. Maybe we need to investigate or do our research. For agricultural products, there are some list of items that are exempted from tax. You understand?
Hmm.
So I don't understand why some of this technology, when it comes down here, is still expensive. Maybe because of the exchange. Because
Yeah. Well, maybe
because of
the
the
exchange,
exchange.
yes, but
Yes,
most of it is
because of the
probably
exchange.
because of our greed. We, because if you, yeah, if they've exempted it, it means that even from exchange rate, it should be exempted from that. You understand? You should be
Yeah.
able to buy it at maybe the bank rates, whatever they, you know, understand, because
Yes.
it's for agriculture. It's just like
Yes.
back here,
Exactly.
if you have a farm back here in Canada, you, there are so many grants that you can apply for. Grants, money they will give you free for life. You understand?
You see.
As having a farm, you understand,
You see.
where you want to get equipment. Some of this money will not come as cash to you, but okay, I want to
You
buy a
see.
tractor now. You can apply as a grant
Yes.
for it,
It comes
and
exactly.
and you
Exactly.
get it. You get one of the best tractors, you know, everything. So you are able to move further. You're able to, farming here is like, you know, generations. You see families that they've been doing it forever, from
Exactly. No.
generation
See,
to
you
generation,
are
and it's
right. You
massive.
are right. You
You
are right.
understand?
The
But
same thing here in terms of generational farming. But the problem is that if government, after we got oil, we were disconnected. You can imagine abandoning a child for more than 3-4 decades, and you are
hmm,
now coming back to the child to train the child. A child that didn't go through, maybe just going through nursery and he didn't go through
hmm,
primary, how will he be able to read and write? That's exactly what happened to agriculture. Agriculture was left behind. It's just recently, especially during the former minister of agriculture, what's his name, Dr. Additional. You
hmm,
understand, Mr. Additional, that you know they really did a lot of job, to attract young people into agriculture. Apart
hmm,
from that, agriculture has just been there, they politicize everything. And anything we politicize, you know how it is in Nigeria. So it doesn't
So,
go, it
yeah.
just goes round, it doesn't go down. It just goes round. And funny enough, you go to the north, they are doing quite a numerous, farming in the north. But it is
Yeah, because
unfortunate.
it's still the
It's
same
unfortunate that
politics.
yeah,
I lived in the north before I traveled out, and if I tell you how much those people get as in for farm and loans, and they don't pay them back, they don't do anything, you'll be very
of course
surprised.
they don't.
All those things don't get
Yes,
to the south. You understand?
yes, they don't.
I usually don't try to talk about things like that on the show, but it's so alarming how it is. That's different, approach to different regions, different communities, different sect in Nigeria and all that. It's really alarming, especially when you've been able to live around Nigeria. I've
Yeah,
been fortunate enough to. I grew up in Lagos. I lived in the north, and I see the difference. And I was like, oh, why are they are so relaxed and they have so much money in their hands, and
yes,
easy come,
yeah,
easy go. But we are always the one reading. We do all the
yes,
professors. We
exactly.
all
We are
the
the
yeah,
educated person.
where researches and all that, and you can't even get a
Exactly,
grant to
exactly.
do anything. You get so it's just really in Nigeria
That
we
is
need
why
to
we
be
need
all.
more social entrepreneurs here in the south. If we
Mm,
cannot access the government, we can access international. For example, I've almost gotten to the stage. We got to the stage, the final stage for a USAID grant in 2017. It was just our papers that got us discredited at that time. We wanted to access about $50,000, to
mm,
set up a processing, a farm, soya beans farm,
mm.
after that contract. So we pitched that to them. So you can imagine there's a lot of grants now, a lot of grants. Entrepreneurs just need to have a good bookkeeping and also a structure, a business
Structure.
structure. Yes, they can't do it alone. They have to have
Mm.
a business structure that they can
That's
use,
why when we're setting up these things, we need to start thinking as a business person, not as a farmer.
exactly,
You understand?
exactly,
Because yeah, you're farming and all that, but you have to have that business orientation, or have
exactly,
someone that will
exactly,
take it as while you do the farming. Have a company,
exactly.
or consultants that would do all your
Guide you.
business,
Yes,
guide you, and
yes,
okay, don't do this, yeah, do that. You make sure everything you do,
exactly,
you go through them. You don't just go ahead, oh,
exactly.
it's my farm. And that's another problem we have. It's my thing. I can do it
Yes,
anyhow. I like it. No, do it as a business. Then you'll be able to. There's always has to be check and balances.
exactly.
You get. So I'm so grateful talking to you. Like I said, I'm already booking you down for another show because
It's my honor. That's,
we have to talk about that GPS mapping, so that because I
yeah.
love talking about new technology that affects
Yes,
agriculture as
yes,
well. So I would want us to talk about that so that we can also encourage other farmers, especially the young farmers that are coming, that you can do
yes,
these things, it's possible.
yes. We
You
can.
understand?
Yes,
So
in a very smart way.
in a very smart way. Because one thing I've realized in Nigeria is that if you do it smartly and you do it a good way, that investment will come to you. You don't have to go running for that
Exactly,
investment. They want to be part of
exactly,
whatever you're doing. You understand? They
exactly,
want to be
exactly,
part of it. So that's good.
exactly.
So thank you once again for being on the show. So can you please give us your last words to
Okay.
intending farmers and young farmers, old farmers, everybody that wants to get into agriculture, please?
Yes. My last words would be that yes, it's been challenging. There's nothing in the planet
Nothing
Earth
comes
that
easy.
doesn't have its own challenges. Yes, and doesn't have its own risk. Yes, but you just number one, have faith, and also believe. If you are in agriculture, know that what you are doing is noble.
Mm,
Remember the COVID period when everybody was locked down, they allowed those farmers, those people supplying food to move around. That's to show you how noble our work is. It's essential. So whatever you are doing, know that your work, your business is noble, because we need to feed the rising population. So as long as you know that, then you just keep on putting all your best and be innovative. Be innovative, collaborate with people that have expertise in different fields, and also get mentorship, you understand, in doing the right thing, because without that, you won't be able to scale up. You'll just be merry-go-rounding. So you need to collaborate, get mentorship, and, stay focused in whatever you're doing. You understand? So agriculture is key. We need to feed, the rising population. We just need to. Africa is a huge rising population, the youth population, that is becoming explosive. And look at Nigeria. Nigeria is the largest African black race in the world because of our population. It's because of our population. So as a farmer, we just need to, because if not, we are going to, Nigeria will be a dumping ground. And it is those that are smart that will be earning, that will be cashing out.
That's true. So there's you can always take advantage of that population. That's what China has done. That's what India is doing, and they are doing it perfectly. They are doing an awesome job about it. So population is just key. Anything you do in Nigeria, you can't even sell it to Nigeria alone. That's just because we're so so many that they will buy it out. Look at telecommunication up to now. They still haven't sold to every Nigerian. So and they've been able to use that money to go build elsewhere in the world. In Africa, right?
Look at MTN,
but
Nigeria is a dynamic. You see, Nigeria is a dynamic economy. Globally, it's so dynamic. God has blessed us. That's what I want everybody to know. God has blessed us. It's just for you to understand, your SWOT, your strength, your weakness, your opportunities, and your strength, your threats. So know how to play around it. You understand? So it's very, very important.
Thank you so
much. It's really nice. Yeah, thank you very much. It's so nice and having me on board here.
Oh, anytime, any day. If you have something you want to share with us, just give.
Yes. In fact, I'm really impressed with this platform.
The number I have scrolling there, can I reach you on that as well, or WhatsApp and things like that?
This is not the WhatsApp.
Okay, well, I'll get it from Tunde. I'll get it. I'll get your contact from Tunde when I'm done. So just reach me anytime. If you have something you want us to, talk to, we'll work together on. I'm always available. There are some stuff too. When we get talking, I'll share with you.
In fact, apart from me, I will share contacts of people that are doing great work. You have a lot of people to bring on this platform. A lot of people.
I'll be very
a lot of people to bring doing their products, how their journey. I will bring a lot of people. It's not only me, we have a lot of good, wonderful people in agriculture.
Thank you so much. So guys, we've been on the show for about an hour thereabouts with Mr. Saeed Oshin. It's been wonderful talking to him.
Thank you.
He's been an encouragement for me, and I'm very sure for you guys as you're watching as well. We didn't have a lot of people viewing us live, but I'm very sure by the time we post and all that, the views is gonna go crazy.
Exactly.
So I'm always grateful for.
There's another opportunity. Another business opportunity in agriculture. You understand? Imagine, it's just an instance. Imagine Nigeria. We see China as being the technology hub now. Nigeria ought to be the food hub. Why am I saying that? It's because of our climatic environment and also the population that we have. If we have 1,000, imagine we have 1,000 different brands. I'm not saying products this time, brands. these 1,000 brands can go to other countries and seek for distributorship. So you become a distributor of that brand that is producing something in Nigeria. And imagine we have a good power supply in Nigeria. It means the cost of production will be nil to zero.
Will be nil to zero.
I'm telling you, because we are already having surplus. So if the power is there to process this thing at a very good cost, you understand, at a very minimal cost, then it means that our products will be competitive globally. Apart from the packaging and everything, it means that we can beat any brand anywhere.
Any brand, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's
So
wonderful.
we have, with the government, we have a lot of opportunities in Nigeria. We have a lot of business opportunities.
I always tell my friends, everybody here, that man, there's nowhere like Nigeria. I've been to the UK, I've been to some parts in Africa, I've been, I've been around a little bit, as but Nigeria is always just you can't beat it. So I'm so grateful for you being on the show today.
Okay.
So, guys, if you're going to be watching us next, please do give us a thumbs up. And I'm talking to Mr. Saeed Oshin today, and he's been very, in fact, it's been very encouraging talking to him. I'm very grateful. It's someone you want to get in touch with. If you want to do anything that has to do with agriculture, business, please get in touch with him. GPS mapping, everything, they do that. And he's a consultant, so he will be able to get whatever your needs are. So just get in touch with him. I have his contact scrolling at the bottom of the screen. The email, Facebook ID or contact number on there. So just get in touch with them and they will be able to help you out. So I just want to say thank you to those that are going to be watching us later today, and for the few people that join us live. I'm very grateful as well. And we're going to be having Mr. Saeed Oshin back very soon. We'll talk about the details later, so that I'll bring it to you. And you already know what our topic is going to be. It's going to be about GPS mapping, how they are able to help your farm map it out and protect it as much as they can do. So we're gonna have him back. So that's all I'm going to say. Remember how we say it: no farmer, no food, no life. If if you see a farmer or you see anybody that's into agriculture, please say thank you to them. Always be be grateful to them, because they make the world go. Without them, no life. It's as simple as that. Let's just forget it. We have to be very factual and realistic with each other. If there's no food, there's no life. There's you can fast for a while, but you can't fast forever.
Exactly. Yeah. Even when you're fasting, you need to taste something.
You still need to put something. Exactly. There you go. So
exactly.
Well, farmers are just they are awesome.
They are great people. They are great people.
Well, we're going to be coming out with some few T-shirts with some designs that we're going to be sharing with our guests, with our viewers. To help push this farming, community, help people get into, farming and all that. So, my last word to you is start up something, no matter how little it is. Grow something, plant something, just do something so that you know where what you eat comes from. You know where your food comes from. So start off something, no matter how little it is. And till we see you next week or any other time soon. You never know. It could be tomorrow. God's blessing to everybody. Peace, and please do stay blessed. And I'll talk to you very soon. I'll be here with you. Thank you very much, sir, once again. So
thank you very much. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.